Hi, I'm Kimberly, and welcome back to my channel, It's Only Homeschooling. If you've never been here before, thanks for stopping by. Here at It's Only Homeschooling, you'll find a variety of different resources for helping you homeschool your child with learning differences. A little bit about me, I'm a licensed professional counselor turned homeschool mom of one. And my service is something that we all know we should do, but something that usually gets put on the back burner, at least I know for myself. So when I thought about it, as my own service game has ebbed and flowed over my life, I sat down and came to the conclusion that there are pretty much 10 barriers that get in the way of my own serve game. And I thought it could be helpful to share those with you. Obstacle 5. We struggle with balance. So far, out of all of the obstacles we've listed, this one speaks to me the deepest. Ever since I was a little girl, I always sort of envisioned I had the S on my chest, that I was going to save the world. Just get out of my way, and I can show you that I can do it. Almost felt I was superhuman somehow. All through high school, I was in a service organization and worked at a nonprofit organization with my family through college as well. And then when I finished my degree, I ended up taking a job in juvenile justice at an inpatient facility where at work, I fired on all cylinders all the time. I would take lunch breaks at my desk. I carried a pager for 26 weeks out of the year, answered phone calls at all hours of the night, worked holidays, weekends, and at the times that I wasn't on call, my kids were never far from my mind. That included with just the inherent stressors that go with working with certain populations and with inpatient facilities where you don't get to close. It's just part of it. I went years without a vacation. None of these things I recommend. I served daily on the job, but not so much in church. In hindsight, I viewed my time after work as my time. Looking back now, I see how the burnout that I endured was due to my own lack of boundaries. Boundaries are necessary for us to be healthy individuals. Boundaries are necessary for us to take care of ourselves if we are also going to take care of other people. Balance is a funny thing. We all want it and we all strive for it. Yet I believe most of us actually fail to fully understand it, myself included. It's a lesson that I continue to learn and relearn throughout my life. Balance is not a static concept. It's dynamic. It's constantly changing all the time. In fact, most of us do not realize we are in a state of balance when we are actually in it. The world ebbs and we flow right along with it. We lean into the curves, and we in fact only notice that balance is not there when we fall out of balance. But when a curveball gets thrown our way or something happens that sort of, as my mom would say, upsets our apple cart, we sit up and we take notice. If we are already struggling with balance to begin with, trying to add service to the mix already feels like putting one more thing on our already overly filled plates. It's like Chinese water torture. In the end, it's just one more drop of water, but at that moment, you just can't take one more drop of water. So instead, we have to sort of shift our thinking a little bit. Balance is an ongoing process that we will flow into and flow out of throughout our lives. It's not an end-all goal to be achieved, that, mark that off our list, we've achieved balance. Now we don't have to worry about it anymore. So what do we do instead? We shift our thinking just a bit so that we can come to an understanding that balance is actually a constant, dynamic, ongoing process rather than an end-all goal to be achieved. Then we can learn how to ebb with the flow, lean into the curves, and bend like a tree in the wind.